Individual testimonies have strengthened this church from its earliest days. One evening in April 1836, for example, Elder Parley P Pratt had retired early with pressing worries and a heavy heart. He didn't know how he was going to meet his financial obligations. His wife had been seriously ill, and his aged mother had come to live with him. A year earlier, the house he had been building had gone up in flames. While he was deep in thought, a knock came at the door. Elder Heber C. Kimball entered, and filled with the spirit of prophecy, told Elder Pratt that he should travel to Toronto, Canada, where he would find a people prepared for the fullness of the gospel, and that many would be brought to the knowledge of the truth. Despite his worries, Elder Pratt departed. When he arrived in Toronto, at first, no one seemed interested in hearing what he had to say. Among those he met was John Taylor, who had been a Methodist preacher. John received Elder Pratt courteously but coolly. John Taylor had heard distorted rumors about a new sect, their golden Bible, and stories of angels appearing to an unlearned youth reared in the backwoods of New York. A wise man, John Taylor had been seeking the truth all his life. He listened to what Elder Pratt had to say. Among other things, the stranger from America promised that anyone who investigated the gospel could know for himself, through the influence of the Holy Ghost, that it was true. At one point, John Taylor asked, "What do you mean by this Holy Ghost? Will it give a certain knowledge of the principles that you believe in?" The apostle replied, "Yes, and if it will not, then I'm an impostor." Hearing this, John Taylor took up the challenge, saying, "If I find this religion true, I shall accept it, no matter what the consequences may be, and if false, then I shall expose it." Not only did he accept the challenge, but he received that spirit through obedience to the gospel. Soon he knew for himself what millions of others had since known, that the gospel of Jesus Christ has been restored to the earth. Eventually, this man, who had been devoted his entire life to seeking the truth, became the third president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Over time, much in the world has changed. One thing, however, remains the same. The promise Elder Parley P Pratt made to John Taylor 164 years ago is just as valid today as it was then. The Holy Ghost will confirm the truths of the restored gospel of Jesus Christ.